Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills, lived a grumpy old gnome named Norm. Norm wasn't always grumpy, though. In his youth, he'd been known for his sunshine smile and his laugh that tinkled like wind chimes. But then, a terrible storm raged through the valley, uprooting trees and crumbling chimneys. Norm's cozy mushroom house was one of the casualties. He rebuilt it, sturdier than ever, but a shadow settled over his heart. He became convinced the world was a blustery, unpredictable place, best faced with a frown. One sunny afternoon, a butterfly with wings the color of forget-me-nots landed on Norm's windowsill. "Lost, little one?" Norm grumbled, peering out. The butterfly fluttered its wings. "Not lost," it chirped, its voice like a melody. "Searching for colors." Norm scoffed. "Colors? What good are colors in a world full of wind and rain?" Intrigued, Norm stepped outside. The world did seem a little brighter than usual. A ladybug with a ruby-red shell crawled on a green leaf. Dandelions puffed out their dandelion clocks, a sunny yellow against the blue sky. The butterfly flitted from flower to flower, collecting pollen on its fuzzy legs. "Come with me, Norm," it said. "Let's find more colors." Norm hesitated. He hadn't left his doorstep in years. But the butterfly's enthusiasm was contagious, and a tiny spark of curiosity flickered within him. So, with a grumble that wasn't quite as grumpy as usual, he followed. Their journey took them through meadows bursting with wildflowers, past a babbling brook that glinted silver, and up a hill where plump red strawberries peeked from under emerald leaves. With each new color, Norm felt a little lighter. A smile, faint at first, tugged at the corner of his lips. By the time they reached the top of the hill, where a breathtaking sunset painted the sky in fiery orange and purple hues, Norm's frown was completely gone. He looked at the butterfly, its wings shimmering in the fading light. "Thank you," he said, his voice gruff but filled with genuine warmth. "You showed me the world isn't just about storms. There's beauty everywhere, if you know where to look." The butterfly fluttered its wings happily. "The world is always full of colors, Norm," it said. "Even when you can't see them, they're always there, waiting to be discovered." From that day on, Norm wasn't grumpy anymore. He spent his days planting flowers, watching sunrises, and collecting colorful pebbles. He never forgot the butterfly's lesson. Even on the grayest day, there's always a splash of color waiting to be found. The news of Norm's transformation spread like wildfire through the village. Gnomes who hadn't seen him smile in years peeked out from behind their toadstools. Children, who used to run and hide at the sound of his grumpy grumble, now giggled as he chased butterflies with a net, though he never actually caught any, of course. One sunny morning, a knock on Norm's door startled him. He opened it to find Pip, a young gnome known for his boundless curiosity and even bouncier red curls. "Norm," Pip exclaimed, his eyes wide. "Everyone's talking about your color adventure. Can you tell me all about it?" Norm chuckled, a sound that surprised even himself. "Well, Pip, it all started with a lost butterfly." For the next hour, Norm regaled Pip with stories of his journey. He described the dazzling wildflowers, the shimmering brook, and the juicy strawberries that burst with flavor. He even imitated the butterfly's melodic voice, making Pip erupt in giggles. As Norm spoke, a spark of determination ignited in Pip's eyes. "Norm," he declared, "I want to find my own colors. Can I come with you on your next adventure?" Norm considered this. While he'd enjoyed his newfound solitude, the company, especially Pip's infectious enthusiasm, was tempting. "Well," he rumbled, stroking his beard, "there is a hidden waterfall deep in the forest, said to shimmer with all the colors of the rainbow." The next day dawned bright and crisp. Norm, armed with his walking stick and a knapsack full of bread and cheese, set off with Pip by his side. The forest floor was damp and springy under their feet, and sunlight dappled through the leaves, casting intricate patterns on the ground. Pip skipped ahead, his red curls bouncing, while Norm followed at a more leisurely pace. They navigated through a maze of trees, crossed a gurgling stream on a slippery log bridge, and even startled a family of badgers who scurried away in a huff. After what felt like hours, the trees thinned, revealing a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. In the center, a waterfall cascaded down a moss-covered rock face, and as they drew closer, Norm gasped. The falling water wasn't just water. It shimmered with every color imaginable. Sapphire blues swirled with emerald greens, fiery reds danced with sunshine yellows, and lavender hues kissed the mist that rose from the pool below. Pip squealed with delight and ran straight for the waterfall, his laughter echoing through the clearing. Norm watched him, a warm feeling spreading through his chest. It wasn't just the beauty of the waterfall, but the joy it brought to Pip. They spent the rest of the day by the waterfall, collecting smooth, colorful pebbles and watching as the sunlight played on the cascading water. Pip filled his pockets with stones, each one a tiny reminder of their adventure. As the day drew to a close, they started their journey back. The forest seemed different now, the trees a little greener, the flowers a little brighter. Norm realized it wasn't just the world that had gained color, it was his perception. Back in the village, Pip excitedly shared his adventure with everyone. Soon, the tale of the hidden waterfall became a village legend, and every few weeks, a group of gnomes, young and old, would set off on an expedition to find it. Norm, no longer the grumpy recluse, became the unofficial leader of these expeditions. He reveled in sharing the wonder of the colorful waterfall, but more importantly, he reveled in the joy of companionship and the rediscovery of his own capacity for wonder. And so, the grumpy old gnome who once only saw storms became the guide who helped others find the colors hidden within themselves and the world around them.